I told you about them Lakers. I told you about LeBron. Let's break it down. LeBron is now a four-time NBA championship winner, a four-time Finals MVP winner. He is now the first player in NBA history to win a Finals MVP with three different teams. That means if LeBron comes to you and comes to your franchise, you're winning a championship. The impact that this man has is phenomenal. When he's with you, you're a contender. When he leaves you, you're a lottery team. That is crazy. First Finals MVP winner with three different teams. That is wild. We saw what the Lakers were like before he got there. Not even a playoff team. He gets there, they win a championship in his first healthy season. That is wild. Let's talk about AD. AD is a top 5 talent. Should have been Defensive Player of the Year this year. He can block, guard any position on the floor from your guard to your center. Shoot from the outside a little bit. Has a good mid-range and a powerful paint game. This man's a monster and the perfect fit for LeBron James. Let's talk about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was about to be run out the league. Multiple different teams in the last couple years. Multiple people giving up on him. Him giving up on himself, about to retire. Comes back to the Lakers on the team that let him go a couple years ago because he was terrible for them. Is a defensive monster guarding the paint. No easy shots allowed. Swatting everything into the 5th row. Now he has a ring. He was already a Hall of Famer, but you have some doubters like Stephen A. Smith saying he wasn't because of chemistry issues or whatever. Now has a ring on his resume. A guaranteed Hall of Famer. Let's talk about Rondo. A couple years ago, this man was on the Mavs, right? In the middle of the playoffs, they let him go because of chemistry issues. He is now an NBA championship winner. The first player in NBA history to win a title with both the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Another great tick added to his resume. He has a better chance of making the Hall of Fame now as well. I have to commend the role players on this team as well. Alex Caruso, KCP, Markieff Morris, even you, Danny Green, even you. This team bought in on defense. They hustled hard and they hit shots when they desperately needed to. Markieff Morris hit a couple big shots. Alex Caruso hit a couple big shots. KCP was a scoring machine in the playoffs. This is exactly what the Lakers needed. This team played great. They played above their standards. They played like a championship level team and they got rewarded for it. Commend the coaching staff as well. Ty Lue was going to be the coach, but he didn't want his staff to be picked. But Jason Kidd, all the great assistant coaches, and Frankie Vogel was getting doubted when he got chosen. But when you have two great offensive players, offensive point guards and leaders like LeBron and Rondo, when you have a defensive-minded coach like Frank Vogel, it's a match made in heaven. We saw series after a loss or a bad stretch. Frank Vogel would talk to his team, look at the tape, make a game plan, and defensively adjust. Russell Westbrook shut down in the playoffs. Harden minimized. Damian Lillard shut down before he got injured. Jokic shut down. Jimmy Butler, the rest of the role players shut down when they needed to. They went on defensive runs we haven't seen in the playoffs in a long time. This team was a monster. A monster. This is arguably one of the best championships of all time. Arguably the hardest championship of all time. They are playing in a global pandemic. They had to leave their families for multiple months on time, get tested every day, not able to leave their hotel or Disney. Now, Disney's a great place, but not being able to leave for months at a time is like hell. And they were the last ones standing to win it all. They had the number 1 seed in the regular season. I'm hearing people say, oh, this bubble is like AAU game, blah, blah, blah. The number 1 seed is supposed to give you an advantage, not just in seeding, but in home games. Having your fans and your home crowd there makes a difference. Because of the bubble, there was no home fans, so the number 1 seed was only for seeding purposes. And it didn't matter to the Lakers. They got it done. The Black Mamba are 7-1. They only lost 4 games this entire playoff stretch. That is phenomenal. I remember when LeBron was dominating the East. He can't get it done in the West. The East is a cherry field. Once he gets to the West, it's not going to happen. Basically, gentlemen swept the entire Western Conference. Portland, nice try. Houston, good luck. Denver, nice Cinderella story. Time to get out of here. Only team that gave them real trouble was the East. Was the East team, so how does that figure out? This team was dominant. They played hard. Everyone played their roles respectively, and AD and LeBron were the best player on at all times every time they touched the court. Phenomenal job. Another great point about this Lakers championship. With the passing of Kobe Bryant, a travesty for a world NBA. You're telling me that the year that Kobe Bryant died, the Los Angeles Lakers make up for it and remind us of his legacy and his greatness and his impact by winning a championship? That is amazing. Amazing. Lakers haven't won a title since 2010, I believe. And they did it the year Kobe died. They did it for Kobe. Because of Kobe. 7-1 in the Mamba, which is amazing. Once again, LeBron proved with all the weight of the world on his shoulders, he is able to get it done. Not only do they have basketball troubles, the world right now is in trouble. You're hearing a lot of social justice messages, a lot of Black Lives Matter messages, a lot of shootings and deaths and racial profiling, all of this. The NBA has the Black Lives Matter painted on their court. You're hearing about deaths of Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. And players are speaking their messages and fighting for causes, voter suppression, all of this, and they were able to still win a championship. This is the best league in the world. And don't act like this is an easy championship. The Lakers and the Clippers are the only two teams that are willing to leave. The Lakers are willing to leave the bubble, leave this championship because of social justice. They wanted to do more for their community, but they stayed and they got it done. Finally, this is all I gotta say on this. LeBron is the best player on planet Earth. He proved it again. No one took his crown. He got injured last year. His team was the 4th seed before he got injured. Give this man his respect. Give this team respect. And I got some news for you haters out there. This team's only going to get scarier. They structured their deals and their cap and everything correctly. These next 2 years, they could add more shooters, add a 3rd star after this year. Imagine AD, LeBron, Rondo, and Dwight and someone else with some real shooting on this team. Davis Bertans, Marcus Morris, Danilo Gallinari, Reggie Jackson, Dennis Schroeder. So you don't have to go crazy. You could put a little bit of shooters around them. This team is deadly. I believe they're going to win the championship again next year. And I believe LeBron will be the best player in the NBA next year. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading weekly. Maybe I'll do another one this week. Later in the week, I'll let you know. But in the comments below, let me know what you think. Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? Did you enjoy how the bubble turned out? Who do you think is going to be the championship next year? Who do you think is going to fall off? Who played well this season? Anything? Let me know anything, and I'll talk back to you in the comments. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.